Dear learners, welcome to today's session. We are going to discuss the topic Rehabilitation Council of India Act 1992. Please watch the entire video carefully and take notes on the key points. Writing hand at the end, you'll find MCQs based on the presentation. Let us explore the Rehabilitation Council of India Act 1992. The Rehabilitation Council of India Act 1992 (RCI Act) was enacted by the Parliament of India to regulate and standardize training programs for professionals in the field of rehabilitation and special education. It also aims to maintain a central register of qualified rehabilitation professionals and promote high quality services for persons with disabilities. Background and need for the Act. India has a significant population of persons with disabilities, and their rehabilitation requires skilled professionals, including special educators, therapists, and counselors. However, before the RCI Act 1992, there was no centralized system for regulating the training, certification, and ethical standards of professionals working in the rehabilitation sector. To address this gap and ensure proper professional standards, the government established the Rehabilitation Council of India (RCI) in 1986 as a statutory body under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Later, the RCI Act 1992 was passed to give it legal backing. What are the various objectives of the RCI Act 1992? The main objectives of the Rehabilitation Council of India Act 1992 are 1. To regulate and standardize training programs for rehabilitation professionals and special educators. 2. To maintain a central rehabilitation register (CRR) of qualified professionals. 3. To prevent untrained persons from working in the field of disability rehabilitation. 4. To promote research and development in rehabilitation services. 5. To advise the central and state governments on policies related to disability rehabilitation. 5. To ensure ethical standards and professional conduct among rehabilitation professionals. Key provisions of the RCI Act 1992. 1. Establishment of the Rehabilitation Council of India (RCI). The Act provides for the establishment of the Rehabilitation Council of India (RCI) as a statutory body. The RCI is responsible for recognizing and regulating rehabilitation institutions and professionals. 2. Recognition of rehabilitation courses and institutions. The Act mandates that only recognized institutions can offer training programs in rehabilitation. Any organization or university offering rehabilitation courses must obtain approval from the Rehabilitation Council of India (RCI). Institutions violating these norms are subject to penalties. 3. Registration of rehabilitation professionals. The Act makes it compulsory for all rehabilitation professionals to register with the RCI. A Central Rehabilitation Register (CRR) is maintained, listing all qualified professionals. Unregistered persons are prohibited from practicing in the rehabilitation field. 4. Offences and penalties. The Act prescribes strict penalties for unqualified individuals practicing as rehabilitation professionals. Any person falsely claiming to be a rehabilitation professional can face imprisonment up to 1 year, a fine up to 1,000 rupees, or both. Institutions providing unrecognized rehabilitation courses can also face legal action. 5. Powers and functions of the RCI. The Rehabilitation Council of India has several functions, including developing uniform training standards for rehabilitation professionals, approving and monitoring courses for special education, physiotherapy, speech therapy, etc. Conducting research and development in disability rehabilitation. Liaising with international organizations to improve rehabilitation standards in India. Advising the government on disability-related issues and policies. Let us know the amendments to the RCI Act 2000. The Rehabilitation Council of India Act was amended in 2000 to extend its coverage and include additional provisions, expanded definition of disability. The Act was revised to include rehabilitation services for all disabilities recognized under the Persons with Disabilities, Equal Opportunities, Protection of Rights and Full Participation Act, 1995. Regulation of distance education programs. The amendment included provisions to regulate distance learning courses in rehabilitation. Stronger penalties for violation. Stricter measures were introduced to prevent fraudulent practices in rehabilitation training. What is the impact of the RCI Act, 1992? The Rehabilitation Council of India Act has had a significant impact on the field of disability rehabilitation in India. Standardization of training. The Act has helped establish a uniform curriculum and training guidelines for rehabilitation professionals. Better quality of services. The registration system ensures that only trained and qualified professionals provide rehabilitation services. Increased awareness. The Act has contributed to greater awareness about rehabilitation as a specialized profession. Expansion of special education. Recognized courses in special education have increased, leading to better inclusion of children with disabilities. International recognition. India's rehabilitation programs are now aligned with global standards due to RCI regulations. Dear viewers, let's solve some important multiple choice questions based on the presentation. 1. What is the main objective of the RCI Act, 1992? A. To promote foreign rehabilitation programs. B. To regulate and standardize training programs for rehabilitation professionals. C. To provide financial assistance to rehabilitation centers. D. To offer free education to disabled students. Answer B. To regulate and standardize training programs for rehabilitation professionals. 2. Under which ministry does the Rehabilitation Council of India, RCI, function? A. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. B. Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. C. Ministry of Education. D. Ministry of Home Affairs. Answer B. Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. 3. Which of the following is not a function of the RCI? A. Developing training standards for rehabilitation professionals. B. Maintaining a central rehabilitation register. C. Providing direct financial aid to disabled individuals. D. Advising the government on disability policies. Answer C. Providing direct financial aid to disabled individuals. 4. What is the punishment for falsely claiming to be a rehabilitation professional under the RCI Act? A. Imprisonment up to 6 months. B. A fine of 500 rupees only. C. Imprisonment up to 1 year and a fine up to 1000 rupees. D. No punishment is specified. Answer C. Imprisonment up to 1 year and a fine up to 1000 rupees. 5. What does the Central Rehabilitation Register, CRR, contain? A. A list of all rehabilitation centers in India. B. A database of recognized rehabilitation institutions. C. A record of all registered rehabilitation professionals. D. A list of students enrolled in rehabilitation courses. Answer. C. A record of all registered rehabilitation professionals. 6. Which year saw an amendment to the RCI Act? A. 1995. B. 2000. C. 2016. D. 2019. Answer. B. 2000. 7. What was a key change made in the 2000 amendment of the RCI Act? A. Inclusion of new disability categories. B. Regulation of distance education programs in rehabilitation. C. Creation of new rehabilitation institutes. D. Reduction of penalties for violations. Answer. B. Regulation of distance education programs in rehabilitation. 8. What happens if an institution offers an unrecognized rehabilitation course? A. The institution is rewarded for innovation. B. The institution may face legal action. C. Students from that course automatically get RCI certification. D. The institution can apply for recognition later without penalty. Answer. B. The institution may face legal action. 9. Which of the following is not covered under the RCI Act? A. Special education. B. Physiotherapy and occupational therapy. C. Artificial intelligence research. D. Speech therapy and audiology. Answer. C. Artificial intelligence research. 10. How does the RCI Act contribute to quality rehabilitation services? A. By regulating the qualification of professionals. B. By providing direct employment to disabled individuals. C. By building hospitals for persons with disabilities. D. By offering free courses in special education. Answer. A. By regulating the qualification of professionals. Thank you, don't miss out. Subscribe now to my YouTube channel, Education and Teacher Education, for insightful content and valuable resources.